now.
For decades, investigative reporter Jeff Gehrman made his mark in Las Vegas, contributing to multiple publications, including several newspapers, podcasts, and documentaries.
8 News Now reporter James Schaefer learning what it was like to work with Gehrman from a colleague of his that shared bylines with the reporter back in the late 1980s.
Brian Sasho with a rum Diet Coke in hand at the TGI Fridays on East Flamingo and Spencer. Jeff Gehrman schmoozed with county commissioners, casino executives, and mob attorneys. It's one of the moments we heard tonight from one of his colleagues who shared a desk with Gehrman.
It was really entertaining to be his desk mate.
Jeff Burbank, author and reporter, worked with Jeff Gehrman in the 1980s while at the Las Vegas Sun, recalling the late nights. While working at the Sun, colleagues say Gehrman gathering quite a lot of clout covering the murder of legendary casino executive Ted Binion and the dramatic trial which followed, sometimes finding his sources in the halls of a TGI Fridays on East Flamingo and Spencer.
You go in there, you'd see city council members, you'd see gaming control board members, top business people, journalists from the Review Journal and the Sun, and Jeff Gehrman just loved that place. We went there on Fridays. He'd say Fridays. He'd say that in the newsroom.
Burbank also remembering a reporter who kept his competitive edge, trading spurs with newsroom colleagues.
There's the ego part in there, getting stories before other people. But I mean that's a real admirable trait in a reporter, of course.
Gehrman in 2010 would move to the Las Vegas Review Journal, being among the first to report details surrounding alternative targets during the Route 91 Music Festival shooting and the ethically questionable gifts received by a former LVCVA boss. Burbank remembering the moments his desk mate would find a lie in someone else's perceived truth.
He would talk to somebody on the phone, put the phone down, and then start talking about how they were lying to him and that kind of thing. Those were really fun years. I mean, I really miss those years.
Now, for clarification, I did work with Gehrman for a number of years and helped edit the video of his interview that he did with Tellus. Colleagues have discussed if he would have been proud his name was featured today in international news. The conclusion that we reached was because he would. It was one of many times it would reach national and international headlines in his career. Brian?
Now, Gehrman wasn't just a reporter. He also worked as a pundit, columnist, and author, writing a book retelling the story of the casino magnate Ted Binion's murder and dramatic trial, which later became a Lifetime original movie.